Hi traders, we're getting into real typical sort of July holiday low volume trading here at the moment. So what I'm doing is I'm just marking off ranges, and on a day like today, if things are not breaking, if they're not pushing through key levels, then I am either just getting out and standing aside, or actually in some cases flipping it. And I did flip it in this case. If you look at a 5-minute chart, you can see my markings. I'm just marking off ranges, I'm marking off sessions. This was a lot of the Euro session up here. The Euro session was very bullish, and even with great news that they sold into this, I think that's the real sort of sign for me. You know, if you can have some really good jobs data, was the best data that's come through since 2006, and yet they sold into it. So I think that shows you either we're seeing a early stage distribution pattern, or it is just holiday low volume. My feeling is that we are seeing a distribution pattern. We've got 45 minutes until we close, but this is struggling. This is really struggling, and we're getting a lot of topping tails. This would have to close above this resistance tomorrow, today or tomorrow, to be or to have any chance of moving higher, and I'm just not seeing it. You can see that we're just clinging onto the 8. Touches the 8 are still getting bought, but I think it's time this market pull back some. If it does pull back, then bear markets, or at least reversals, are much more fun because you can get more money out of them, squeeze some more money out of it. And as you know, markets come down about 2.5, 3 times faster than they go up. So if we do start to fail at key levels, I will be there looking to mop up. And getting a spinning top here, I think I'll at least see, I would expect to see something down here, if not lower. Alright, but in the meantime, we are, if you look at the fibs level, 16,950 held up over the last couple of weeks, and we are, the dips are still getting bought, but it is slower moves to the upside with that lower volume. Right, quick look at the other markets. The pound yen is still very interesting. We've had 2 weeks of selling, and we are struggling this week alone. We are in a very narrow range this week. So as you would imagine, I am marking off ranges. I'll talk more about why and how I've marked off these ranges in the room, and give you more detail about what I'm trading and how I'm doing it. But I've spent a lot of the week in the range, and in the Euro session we looked as if we were going to pop out, failed to break above this range 173, and then drop right back down to yesterday's support. But not that big a move really. I mean, if you, obviously trading within sort of smaller time frames, you're lucky to get 30-40 points out of that on the downside, but it even broke quite late session. Actually, that's a US session breakdown, not a Euro session breakdown. The Euro session was even slower. Alright, so let's just have a quick look at stocks, because even though the markets are slow, some of my stocks have still done pretty well. Yahoo had a good week in Yahoo, had a good week in LinkedIn. Really nice movement. I talked about LinkedIn extensively over the weekend, and I think LinkedIn is the best of, or one of the better of the pick of the social media companies. The professionals love it, and even something like Barclays is looking as if that's popping up above. You're going to hold the 200 and moving back up. Alright, and Amazon has done well. So I've had a reasonable week on the stocks. I got stopped out of God, it's the end of the day, my mind's gone blank. What did I get stopped out of? Can't remember. I think it was eBay. It was eBay, wasn't it? Yeah, I was in eBay and they whipped it down and stopped me out of that, which is a great shame because that's since moved really well. Very, very nice institutional. I know what happened. I got in here at this level here, the 50 EMA, after the 11th. Took a pullback, and a couple of days later they whipped it right down before pushing it up. Alright, I'll leave it there and see you at the next update.